Hello, everyone. I'm Chester44, also known as Sply, and welcome to this Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. Last episode, we did a bit of sailing just to uncover a little bit of the sea. Specifically, we took a look around this area here, west, northwest, and south of Port Maj. Found the other island we were supposed to take care of, a Scylla Wave Skipper. Is that someone we're looking for? No, it is not. Probably sometime in the future, but still. Either way, now we're over by Fort Deadlight, and I kind of want to take care of that. Now, I know... Ooh. A dear channel gun. I'll be fine with it. Now, one thing we're going to do is put up Principe colors temporarily so that we can get in without having a problem. Before that, let me just put all of this in. So we actually have some drinks here. And that'll do. Some of the food as well. Cotton weave sails we're not going to use. Alright, and we have the... Oh, no, wait. There we go. Principe colors. This should allow us to get in without a problem. Through the distant haze of sea mist and rocky shadows, Fort Deadlight rises over the horizon. Approaching a pirate stronghold is a risky venture, even for the most skilled of mariners. Any ship not flying a Principe flag that's sighted in Deadlight's shallows may be raided. Abaddon's iron throat cap. Them guns be even bigger than I remember. Seraphin looks up at the fortress from the deck and inhales through his teeth. I can be vouchsafing you with the guards, if you can be getting us to dock without being blasted to bits thrice over. Otherwise, I'd be recommending the sneakiest approach you got. Hoist up a Principe flag and dock at Deadlight's port. With a Principe flag flapping wildly from your mast, you smoothly sail into port and moor up at the dock. The docks are crawling with sailors of all ages and races, many of them wearing mismatched battle-torn outfits, guns strapped to their thighs and chests. They load and unload cargo holds, arms brawny, grinning faces sun-blistered as they laugh and curse and shout and hack phlegm onto the splintered boards of the dock. From the bustle, Principe guards emerge to hail your arrival. Satisfied with appearances, they nod you on, and you make your way up to the fort's main gate. And that's how we get in nice and easily without any sort of problems. Muhaha.
Let's try not to blow our cover.
That's the idea. So that's the way to the port. Eastern ramparts, eastern courtyard, merchant, dungeons, court, command, underground docks. Alright. Let me just take a look at our loot a bit here. So, we have all of these. I'll put the Blood-Soaked Grimoire here. You have a battle axe. You're fine with that. You have a wand. We don't need to worry. Yeah, our weapons are all fine at the moment. Armor? I think we're mostly okay. And as for these, well, we have a hood to sell. Drunkard's Regret I'll hold on to. Stone of Power is a thing. Accuracy against spirits and intellect. Then again, Darkest Before Dawn is actually a very good thing to have. Yeah, that's worth it to keep on you. You could do with the intellect boost, so go ahead. Alright. So, who are you?
How might I help you out of a bit of money, Squab? Care to join our fun? Or is it swilling information you're chasing?
The pirate looks you over, eyeing the make of you. A sly smile curls at his mouth as he tosses a pair of dice to rattle over the cobblestone ground. Without so much as a glance at the settling dice, he calls out their numbers. I'm looking for Captain Benwith.
I ain't my captain's keeper. And I know better than to ask what business you've got with Brutal Ben.
He jerks his head once to the right.
You might check the court for him. If he ain't target practicing, he's tickling the harpsichord or taking his swill. 2 out of the 3 can be done there. But if you see him, don't fucking tell him I sent ya.
He rolls a spare die over the tops of his fingers, making it appear and disappear with fluid flecks of his hand. I'll play around.
Now, before we get rolling, let me tell you the rules. You bet on high if you think when the dice settle, they'll count up to more than 7. You bet on low if you think the count will be less than 7. Both pay double or nothing. Lastly, you can also bet on 7. If the count is exactly 7, then you win 4 times the wager. 100 pyres per roll of the dice. You sure you want to risk it?
I'll give 1 roll of low. Snake Eyes jiggles the dice in his hand. After blowing onto them for luck, he casts the dice across the ground. The dice add up to 3.
Looks like you've won.
He scowls sourly as he looks you up and down, eyes narrowed. With a grunt, he tosses you the copper staked.
Care for another roll?
Nah, that's it. Thank you. A neglected dog. Oh, I can turn off the speed. Neglected dog. Hati. Let's see here. You gain bonus might, and your party receives a bonus to reflex. Okay, not bad.
It was their first hanging. Had the rope too long, so it cut the tosser's head right off.
Huh. Ain't even possible, that.
It is. I'm telling you, I saw it.
Streaks of blood coat the hemp of this noose.
Why not?
This gibbet's spattered with seagull droppings. The scrawling on this banner reads, Ramparts Restricted.
Can't say I recognize your fishy mug, which means you ought not to be up here.
And why's that?
Benwith's watching the Deadlight for Captain Aldy's inner absence. He gets the privilege on account of them going way back.
She sniffs and rubs a swollen knuckle over a spot of dried blood under one nostril.
If you know what I mean.
I think I do.
If you're thinking it's because of him being one of her crew when she commanded a man of war in the Deerwooden Navy, then you'd be right.
She spits a tooth out.
Oughtn't you to know that, though?
I meant I did know.
Maybe. Or maybe you didn't. Everyone knows about how brutal Ben and Aldi, so if you don't, I'm thinking maybe you ain't one of us.
Take it easy. I'm moving away. No Nut Ned. Why do I have the feeling he speaks very loudly? Or very high-pitched?
Like what you see?
He does not. Show me what you have for sale.
Right away.
Alright. The Bloody Lynx. Ooh. This suit of mail seems to constrict and relax with the rhythm of a heartbeat. Oh, okay. Blood price. Imbued with blood, the mail constricts and ripples seemingly under its own power. Grants a bonus to all defenses when the wearer becomes bloodied. Interesting. And it can change so that a bonus to armor rating or bonus to attack speed. Interesting. Killer's gloves, crit damage with weapons or higher reflex, and a couple other minor things and the like. Alright, well, we do have some things we can sell. There's the weapons. There's that. I'll sell that. And I think that's basically all I really need to sell. So thank you for the coin. Alright.
Ahoy, Captain.
Oh,
I've got to come clean about something.
and what is
Not
that?
As good as much as I hate Benwith. The main reason I signed up with you were to get here. To get a chance to look for a man named Romaro.
And who is Romaro?
Now, that'd be a longer story than we've got time for. Quick of it be that Romaro's in trouble. The Principe have sent a ship hunter after him, and I've got a need and a half to find him first. I didn't see his ship, so probably not. But mayhaps we could keep a weather eye open for clues to his whereabouts.
Why didn't you tell me about Romaro before? Seraphin's head falls and he scratches a scar on the side of his nose.
Apologies, Captain, for not being more forthcoming. Romaro be like family to me, and I didn't know you from a bilge pump. Actually, I've known a bilge pump or two.
Well... Alright, let's keep a lookout for clues. Skadewin.
Think this'll break me? Ha! It won't. Spit on me, and I'll make you regret it. One day, surely.
Why are you being punished?
Those hagfish. Benweth's crew lashed me up to be, and I quote, a deterrent to insubordination. It's shark shit. All I did was filch one of their horns and blast it to start along with. I wanted to see her get all worked up.
Benweth's crew uses horn blasts for an alarm.
Well, sure. But shouldn't you know this, on account of you being a captain?
She tilts her head back, gazing suspiciously at you from beneath her lashes. My fist will be captain of your face if you question me again. With a scowl, she twists against the ropes. Then she gives up, sagging. Let's not cause any problems with her.
Been slower than two slugs swimming since Aldi's put the lid on it.
Winds will be changing soon enough. Just can't resist throwing another bash for long.
Okay, this leads to the dungeons. I don't think we need to go in here. Keep away from the dungeons. Alright, let's not cause problems.
Come, we've plenty to share.
A mix of exotic spirits fill the cups on this table. Sure, let's see who you are, Ready Fair.
Whoa there, watch your step. The stones are a mite slippery.
The pirate stumbles when he turns, slapping a palm onto the table to steady himself. In the process, he knocks a tankard to the ground, spilling a frothy beverage.
Here's to ourselves. May the gods grant us more gold and luck than we can imagine.
He raises his mug high overhead. Is this a celebratory drink?
You bet. Our bosun just brought a treasure map. We're saluting to our future prosperity, we are. We'll be making a proper ruckus if Ungwith the Crag-Hearted wasn't such an accursed downer.
And what's got Ungwith the Crag-Hearted all twisted up?
She loathes any type of disorder, especially that of the loud variety. We get too wild and you watch, she'll be stomping down here to yell at us.
20 pyre says I can drink you under the table.
You can pay to try. Drink up, and we'll see who's left standing.
Well, let's see if I succeed here.
Let's get swilling. First up's a round of a deer and mead.
One of the more sober pirates pours 2 pints of the thick, sweet brew. Pretend to drink from an empty tankard.
Not a bad start, not at all.
He nods to you respectfully before guzzling down his own pint.
Next round's grog, not just any grog, mind you. This batch is fermented with gunpowder.
Drink the grog. You raise the tankard, ignoring the black powder swirling up from the bottom as you chug down a heady swig. The grog burns something fierce on the way down, but you guzzle it all before slamming your empty mug onto the table in triumph.
Not many can handle a whole pint of gunpowder grog.
He lifts his brows, both surprised and impressed. Then he struggles through his own drink before offering you a snide, wet-looking grin.
Nah, the best for last. We'll be having us a bit of hangman's blood. If this doesn't knock you on your backside, nothing will, I fear.
And what's Hangsman's blood made of?
You mean the way our crew makes it? A bit of this and a pinch of that, all mixed in a hogshead of pickled corpse fruit. Oh, it's been known to kill a man, or at least his breath.
Well, let's drink. The drink looks deceptively smooth and beery, but it stinks to the high skies. When you swivel the mug, chunks of rotting fruit bob up to the surface. Every swallow feels like choking black bile. The drink scours a hole in your belly and leaves you parched, but you finish the entire pint down to the last drop. At first, the pirate merely stares. Then he nervously licks his lip with trembling fingers reaches for his own pint of the corrosive concoction.
Flay me for crow's bait, should I ever turn craven.
In a surge of courage, the drunkard gulps down his own pint. His chest heaves as he clinks the cup's bottom, and a cocky grin begins a slow sweep of his lips. But a smile freezes halfway, caught in a pained twist as he slowly begins to tilt backwards. He topples to the ground, out cold. Well, beat ya.
Shush you rumpots, or Crag will be down here again. Or Crag...
100 drown those
Shush you,
no good
rumpots,
drunkards
or
and
Cragart will be
their
down here
louting.
again.
Oh, well, there we go there.
Forge ain't far from here.
For the last time, pipe down, the
Is
lot
it
of
just
you.
me, or are
Flog
they all
off, we
staring
ain't
at
hurting
us?
nothing.
I ought to throw you in irons. Think I can't? Think Ben would care what happens to you?
I don't think Aldi's would like it none. No.
Aldi's isn't here, is she? So shut up or I'll drown you in your own grog.
Okay. So that's
Why
basically...
in the blackest hell are you clomping around so loud? Howbeit, you're not allowed up here, you no good fuddlers.
You got a problem with drunks?
Just got no patience for them, the bilge lickers. It's right enough I'm posted next to the forge, having to listen to that hammer striking non-stop all day long. Add on those howling guzzlers at the bottom of the stairs, and you get the picture. Enough gabbling. The ramparts are off limits to anyone but Benweth's crew. Run off, or I'll run you through.
No need to get testy.
No, I'd best escort you back. Follow me if you want to keep living. Try to sneak past if you want to die.
Yeah, alright. Well, now we know about that.
More of those, they're gonna start to think we're up to something.
This swath of a sail bears the charcoal scribbled warning Benwith's crew only. Oh, we're gonna leave that be. He groans, too weak to lift his head. Right. Can't go to the ramparts then. And that leads to the court.
Why not?
Alright, so we can't go up to any of this area. Good to know. Well, only one place to go left, and that's the court. Well, we're not going left. Only one place to go that is left. You know what I mean.
Captain, before I go introducing you to Siri, I should, mention something.
Go on.
I might have said things to Siri when I last dropped anchor at Deadlight. Just lovers' words, savvy. But I can't say I rightly lived up to them. I ain't saying there's a problem, just a possible wrinkle in the old charts.
So, she'll be upset.
All I'm saying is, you see her go for a pistol, you best step away from me.
Noted. Thank you. Oh, and there she is, right over there.
Sure.
We'll speak with her in a minute. I just want to look around a bit first. Loot everything I can. What did I just pick up? Deadlight horn. An ivory war horn used to signal allies of an enemy attack.
Leave it to me.
Crew posters, wanted posters, and assorted maps clutter this notice board.
The cops
Ben
are
will
on
be
trial.
behind these doors, no doubt about it.
Okay. The harpsichord is finely crafted, detailed, and lavish, but the keys are well worn. Inspect the instrument. The row of wooden keys links to an exposed set of strings. Tapping the keys triggers a small quill to strum each associated string. The harpsichord emits a sad, twangy sound when you depress one of its keys. Okay, let's leave that be. Rats scurry among the discarded barrels of grog. Alright, Siri, let's speak. The Orland's large eyes grow larger as you approach, then narrow to a sharp edge. Her hands briefly ball into fists before finding their way to her hips. With a sharp twist of her head, she flips seaweed green hair over one shoulder.
Look who finally washed back up ashore.
The edge to her words matches the sharpness of her teeth. Seraphin winces.
Ahoy there, Siri. Miss me?
Did I miss you?
She growls a low, prolonged sound.
Like a fish misses water, you gutless bastard. For the first few weeks, anyhow. Till it turned to confusion and worry. Ye said ye'd write every night, didn't ye? Then where were the birds or the boats with your poems and pages?
You saying our pirate's a poet?
Jody turns out wide eyes to Seraphin, amusement making the corners of her mouth twitch.
Siri, sweet honeyheart. I scribbled you missives day and night. Declarations of passion, sonnets in songs. Well, on account of me being at sea, I never had the opportunity to post them.
Oh, I'm certain I should believe every word of that blarney. About as certain as I am that you're a snake-tongued philanderer worth little more than a tug in the rug.
I plundered you up a pair of fine, very fine, snakeskin boots, with that tooling you like round the cuffs and all. But the gentleman sprung a leak, and they ended up thoroughly sodden.
She scoffs, and he looks to you with a shrug.
Tell her, Cap.
I could just say I'm staying out of this. I'm sorry for keeping Seraphin at sea for so long, Ciri. As captain, the responsibility rests with me.
Are you meaning to tell me that you've not dropped anchor at Fort Deadlight in the last 8 months? Well, come to have a look at you. Can't say I've ever seen you before. This your captain then now? What happened to Ferrante?
She casts her attention back to Seraphin.
Ferrante still be sailing the seas, right? Is the rain and twice as frigid. Just gave me a bit of furlough to engage myself in more personal pursuits. Such as an emerald-haired lass who ain't never once left my thoughts.
A warm smile blossoms across Ciri's lips before she banishes the expression.
Now don't go thinking I've forgiven ye a lick, Seraphin. I know you didn't come here looking for me, because if you had, you'd have come with a bottle and without your sodding captain.
No, you ain't wrong, lass. Wish it weren't true, but it is.
Now, why don't you be telling me what you want so I can be shot of you for good?
Aye, lass. The captain's got an ask or two about Deadlight, but first, I need to know. You remember Romaro? Sailed with me on a sorcerer.
Aye, I remember Romaro. You think I've gone wet in the head or something? Your words have always been as flowery for him as they were for me.
Seraphin claps once, grinning.
It weren't so long ago he shipped out, come to think on it.
Do you know where he went?
Can't rightly say. Left in a hurry, I think. Or at least he were here one day and gone the next. Not that he ever mixed much with the sods here.
Where was Romaro staying?
Hard to starboard through the back door there, then straight on to the end of the hall.
She gestures to the northern exit from the room.
Don't think nobody's claimed his quarters since. Might be worth it to ye to poke around.
Give my thanks, lass. Truly. And many more besides.
He bows deeply, braided beard brushing the floor.
Oh, keep it in your pantaloons, you randy swab. You had any other questions, Captain? Happy to oblige the person hauling this blue bastard away from Fort Deadlight.
Just who is this Romaro person Seraphin's looking for, anyway? Seraphin rolls his eyes and crosses his arms.
You don't know? That's so, I'm thinking it's not my place to tell you.
I need to know what Seraphin's getting my crew into.
They both crewed the Sorcerer for a season or 6. Romaro were like a father to Seraphin, or so he's told me. Taught him the mariner's trade. More than that, you'd have to ask him yourself. Were there something else you wanted?
Well, we're also looking for Benwith.
That rotten fuck what brought you to Fort Deadlight? I hope you're looking to rough him round a bit. Maybe dangle him over the bulwarks.
What did he do to upset you?
Bastard were playing the keys not 5 nights ago. I joined in, and me not even setting out a pail for coin, neither. He stops and tells the whole room that me voice were more harpy than siren. Course that sets everyone to laughing.
Oof. Playing the keys?
Aye, that half-mast sack of soiled linens can't leave alone a chance to show off his talent at the harpsichord. He's got chops, I can't fault him that, but no manners to speak of.
When does Benwith play the harpsichord?
You think this be some big city cabaret-type establishment? There's no schedule, mate. Benwith comes down when the party's loud enough to shake his sheets harder than the oars he keeps up there.
And where can we find him?
Benwith blows into Deadlight, he mostly stays locked up in his quarters. A few whores in his bunk, and a whole mess of muscle outside his berth. He's so protected, you'd think he'd got flawless diamonds betwixt his legs, instead of the pair of sweat-wet, rotten figs he's got. Suppose the price of being a first-class arse like Benwith is living in fear of someone slitting your gizzard.
Well, that's all I need to know about Benwith.
Aye, mate, as you please.
Benwith. Now, what exactly are we trying to do with him again? Let's see. Ah, Benwith was the one who attacked me. So, we want to take care of him. And I think I know how we're going to do that. We want to set up a party. And if we can set this up to blow... blow the man down. I get it. Alright. Well, ooh. Why did the dog star? Huh. Well, tell you what. This may be a bit this may be a little bit shorter, but I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode here. So, next episode, how about we go ahead and, oh, wait. Is there a path over here? Oh, there is. So Benwick's all the way in the back, but there's a person here. Oh, he's, just a random buccaneer. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, then. I am gonna end this episode here. Next episode, we're gonna see if we can get Benwick out, and see if, well, we can kill him through a little bit of fun here. But that'll be in the next episode. So until then, I am Chester44, also known as Fly. That is Laniara, Adair, Joti, Seraphin, and Alof. This has been a Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. And I shall see you all next time.